Hello, good evening everybody. It's Tuesday and it's March the 23rd, 2021. This is Ben Shatliff Online. I couldn't let today pass without speaking about the anniversary as to when our country here in the United Kingdom went into lockdown for the very first time. And we have lost many people during this pandemic, but also at the same time, I know it's been lonely times for quite a lot of us, it's also brought out the best in a lot of people. We think of people like Darren Clifford, who've been out and about delivering meals and a whole variety of things to people. And of course we think of the late great Captain Sir Tom Moore. There's many other people who we've never even heard of. The head teacher who's been going out delivering meals even during the holidays and at the weekends. And then there's people who've been there in the background doing what they can to make sure that everybody is feeling as good as can be during these times. The candles are lit most evenings in this room here. It's something I've done for many years. And the background music is a beautiful hymn which we normally sing in church called Christ Be Our Light. And we've needed light to get us through the last 12 months. But let's use the light and use the hope and use the faith to know that this time next year, let's be thinking of times being back to normal again. And I don't mean to say we've got to wait another 12 months. The vaccinations are going very well. I had mine on Saturday and I'm still the same as far as I'm aware. My parents had theirs. They're ready to get their second vaccinations next week. And despite the fact I've ended up having COVID myself and also my parents, we are still here thankfully, and there can be long-term effects, but the fact is we're grateful that we are still alive, and we want to thank all the people who've been out there helping one another. People in our NHS and our own doctors and nurses, the people in the care homes, the people who just make sure that everybody else is okay, the other emergency services, the police, the ambulances, the paramedics, the fire brigade, and all the decision makers, whichever political persuasion that you are. No matter what situation, no matter who's been in charge, it would have still been difficult decisions to make. And it's easy to try and make a criticism or say you could do something different. In hindsight, we can all say we'd do something different ourselves about our own lives. But we must say thank you to everybody who's tried to do what they could over the last 12 months. Now we are getting there, and we are getting closer to the end of this pandemic. And very soon we will be able to go to pubs and clubs, we'll be able to go to theatres, to cinemas, and we'll be able to be there with all our family and friends and have celebrations again. So the candles are there, the light is there, and eventually, very soon, that light will shine even further. But we must remember all the people that we have lost. Those people are our angels who are looking over us. And the final word needs to go to Trevor Farrington. Trevor himself ended up with COVID, working in hospitals, and ended up in intensive care, and thankfully is well and truly on the mend. I'm giving the final word to Trevor because Trevor got in contact with me and thanked me for some of the things I've been doing on here on this YouTube channel. I hope I have been able to try and give some inspiration and just try and shed some different ideas during what's been going on. And I also want to, as next week is Holy Week, I'm going to be doing some more on the religious side. So we will be going away from COVID on Ben Shatliff Online. But whatever is going on in this world, I'll not be afraid to speak out if I want to give an opinion or to give some different reflection. And thank you everybody for being on the journey for us all being in this together, and let's just hope for a brighter future, but not forgetting what's happened. Good night and God bless.